just so you know where my allegiance lies. My name is PT Philbin, and I'm going to bring you the biggest entertainment stories this week, or at least the ones that I find the most interesting, or the ones that are easiest to make fun of, whatever.
Alec Baldwin was cast to play Donald Trump in Saturday Night Live, and
Oh my god, how has no one thought of this before? If you give Donald Trump a sense of irony, a liberal attitude, and a better haircut, you pretty much get Alec Baldwin.
I have the best judgment and the best temperament. She's the one with the bad temperament. She's always screaming, and when she stops talking, her mouth looks like a tiny little butthole.
And now I'm not totally convinced that Alec Baldwin hasn't been wearing a bad hairpiece and trolling us on the campaign trail for months. DC writer Greg Rucka clarified that Wonder Woman is obviously bisexual. Now this is big news, a huge cultural touchstone, it's politically very powerful. Not that Wonder Woman is into chicks, the fact that someone decided to say it out loud.
Submit!
Now changing, or really just clarifying, the sexual orientation of an age-old classic character could wind up yielding some controversy among the DC fanboy community. Something tells me that the majority male fan base will be just fine. The video of Wonder Woman in a hot spring with a bunch of Amazonian women is probably going to be the most demanded sex tape out of nerd culture, besides the one that explains how Star-Lord was fathered by a fucking planet. Academy Award-winning actor Jared Leto has been cast as LGBT icon and legendary artist Andy Warhol in what was probably the most obvious casting decision since someone decided to give Chris Pratt a cowboy hat.
no word yet on how the method actor will prepare for the role, but it's Jared Leto, so you know he's gonna go for it. He's gonna want to top almost killing himself in Dallas Buyers Club. Can't let Leo have all the fun.
So my guess is that he'll start wearing fedoras and retweeting Rush Limbaugh in hopes that a radical feminist will shoot him. And now for the fun story. The story that's just so fucking stupid. I'm speaking, of course, of My Bay.
Michael Bay explosion!
Oh my god, Michael Bay. So Michael Bay decided that it would be a good idea to take Winston Churchill's home, Blenheim Palace, and turn it into the Nazi headquarters, with full-blown Nazi banners and everything. Apparently this was the one thing that could not be CGI. This is the one thing he had to do practically. So after he pissed off a few veterans group, he clarified that for those not fortunate enough to read the script, that Winston Churchill's a big hero in this movie, and he will be looking down on the production smiling because of how he's portrayed as a big hero. So I can see where this is going, and you know what? Why the fuck not? In a movie that already includes baby robotic dinosaurs and King Arthur for some reason, why not have Winston Churchill fighting giant robotic Nazis? Maybe we could have like FDR swoop in his battle-ready wheelchair, shoot the place up, and declare that we have nothing to fear but obnoxious product placement.
And now it's time for an update on the Oscar race. I'm here to keep you up to date on the performance and politics of the race for the Oscar so that you look smart at your next Oscar pool. We got some interesting news, so let's get going.
Now, the Oscars have been in full-blown damage control since the last few years have featured acting nominee lineups that were whiter than a mayonnaise sandwich in Nantucket.
Especially in the light of the very recent Emmy Awards.
They've already made big pushes to diversify their voting body, and now it's presumed that there's going to be some leanings towards giving some Oscar recognition to people of color. And it was assumed that the biggest beneficiary of said leaning would be Birth of a Nation, given that it's an ironically named narrative about a slave rebellion, and the whole thing was made because one guy, Nathan Parker, decided that there weren't enough good roles for black actors, so he decided to write, produce, and direct, and star in this big production himself. Quite a hero narrative. But then, apparently at some point in college, he was accused of pulling, how do I put this delicately, what the folks at South Park might describe as a hot. And now the Academy members are clutching their pearls at the thought of possibly voting for someone who could have done something so horrible, as opposed to upstanding citizens like four-time Oscar winner and accused child rapist Woody Allen, confirmed wife beater and two-time Oscar winner Sean Penn,
Or Roman fucking Polanski, who literally could not show up to collect his award because the rape of a 13-year-old girl was enough to keep him from entering the country, just not from winning an Oscar.
The Academy congratulates Roman Polanski and accepts this award on his behalf.
But I digress. If only Nate Parker's horrible crime didn't stand out so much from these fine gentlemen. But anyway, the Oscar campaign for that movie has been, to say the very least, derailed a bit, and it's going to take a lot for them to recover. And where one man has a loss, another man has a gain, namely Denzel Washington.
The trailer for Fences just came out. Now, it's based on the play by August Wilson, who also writes the script, and it stars Denzel Washington, who's also the director, and Viola Davis in the roles that have already won them both Tonys. Now, Denzel has played this actor-director thing before and has gotten some acclaim for it, but he's never managed to pull a full Eastwood at the Oscars. But this one might be the charm. Obviously, the fact that they've both won Tonys already bodes well for the film adaptation. Plus, Denzel has 2 Oscars and a legendary snub under his belt, so he has his bona fides as an Academy favorite ready to boast. And now that the Academy has lost their presumed golden boy in regards to avoiding looking like a snooty gentleman's club, or something worse, you can bet that the Academy will feel the need to fall back on a different man. And who better than Denzel? The man is a classic in and of himself. He's well liked, he's universally praised, he's been in this game for a long time, all the while patiently waiting for some Oscar recognition for his off-camera work. So if Fences turns out to be as good as it looks, and the politics of the surrounding situation plays out the way that conventional wisdom suggests that it would, then you can expect director Denzel to finally get that nod.